actually the biggest glacier in continental Europe. When you look at this place and where it's located, like look behind us, this is the view that the patients had. And you're isolated in this inaccessible place. Imagine. What's up guys, welcome back to Ride the Bean. Today we're waking up in a place called Øvre Åland, right in between two mountain roads. And today's plan is to head across one of the most beautiful roads and most famous roads in Norway, called Tindevegen. And then we have some interesting things to do on the other side.
Yeah.
We have a very interesting place to visit.
Exciting.
It's the location of a horror movie, and it has a very eerie story behind it. But now we're just gonna finish our coffees.
Coffee in the sun. It's full of huge mosquito and yeah.
And
things like that.
yeah, get on the road. Another day on the road in the beautiful sunshine. We're always so late in the morning. We need to get better at this. We did enjoy a coffee in the sun though, so it's never so bad that it's not good for anything. And we had a little bit of a random rant conversation. Again, if you want to check out the Patreon, you can find that. You find a little bit more like of my thoughts and stuff, what I'm thinking about when I'm sitting in camp, if you're interested in that. Now we're coming to a place called Øvre Årdal, Upper Årdal. This is where Tindevegen starts, the road that we're gonna be taking now, or it starts or ends depending on which side you're coming from. We met a group of Swedish guys, dad and his two sons, coming on their motorcycles, but just crossed this road, and they said it was gorgeous. Øvre Årdal city center, bustling city center. Quite a lot of bikers though, motorcycles. He's fixing his fence. Life in these little villages must be so peaceful. The older I get, the more life in the countryside appeals to me. This is kind of like in the middle of alone in the countryside and a city. Just a little village, maybe 100 houses, and very quiet lifestyle. Wow, look at that waterfall. Here the Tindevegen begins, and this is not the worst opening to a road. Let's begin Tindevegen. Wow. This place is really cool. So curvy. More bikers. Wow, it's really steep. And then you have this insane view of Øvre Årdal from above. More bikers. As you can see, this is a very popular road amongst motorcyclists. And it's probably one of the top 5 roads I would recommend if you're coming here on a motorcycle. It's kind of hard to judge which is better, because all of the roads that we're riding now and gonna continue to ride on this trip are all sort of top 3. There's like 10 roads that is all top 3. I can't really decide which is better or than another. They're all magnificent. Now we're starting to climb up towards the mountain. So this road goes from Øvre Årdal to a place called Turtagrø on the other side of the mountain. It's climbing up from sea level to about 1,315 meters at the highest point. And this mountain region is called Jotunheimen, which, according to Norse mythology, this is where the Jotna used to live, the giants of Norse mythology, like the enemies of the gods, kind of. It's coming with a boat. What's it doing with a boat up the mountain? I believe this road was built originally to construct these power cables. So although the power lines don't look very pretty in this landscape, this road wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So I'm sort of okay with it. This landscape is stunning. Now here we get to the toll station. That's the only negative thing about this road. You have to pay. It's an automatic like license plate recognition, the same thing as on the boats and everything. And this is 1,315 meters above sea level. Wow. View over the valley there is beautiful. Just every peak you come across, you pass, it just gets more and more stunning. Hey.
How's the road?
It's beautiful.
Yeah?
It's amazing.
Is it all gravel?
No, it's mostly asphalt. Just a few bits of gravel. Enjoy!
A lot of motorcycle stickers here. Let's add ours. There.
Pretty. Hey.
Hey.
Hva flytter du, eller?
Ja, fantastisk.
Er du norsk?
Nei.
Snakker du fransk, da?
Nei, jeg burde. Du er fransklærer, så jeg burde,
Ja.
burde lære meg det, men...
Ja, det er vanskelig.
Je compris, mais je ne parle pas.
Pas très bien.
Je
C'est
comprends,
dur.
mais je ne parle pas si bien.
Ouais, c'est bien.
Je parle un peu. J'habitais en Paris
Ah,
4 ans.
4 ans.
Ouais, quand j'étais petit. God tur videre. Enchanté.
Jo, takk, dere
Ja,
også.
god tur.
God tur.
Det var trivelig å møte dere. That is an amazing road. And it's beautiful, right?
Yeah. And
It's,
where?
this is sort of Norway's pearls, if you can say that. This is the like the prime meat kind of
Yeah.
of Norway. Now we're sort of considering if we should go where we were thinking of going, which is down there towards Luster and the sanatorium, or if we should go across the road here to Sognefjellet. Because this road is also one of those great roads. It's like a continuation of Tindevegen, the road we just were on, and it crosses Sognefjellet, which is like this mountain that you see here. Also a stunningly beautiful road. But it's in the opposite direction of where we're actually heading. I think let's just cross up to the top and then we go back. These mountains have been a really popular destination for mountain climbers and hikers ever since the 1800s. And a guy called Ole Berg, I believe, he had like a small farm up in these mountains, down in a place called Turtagrø at the bottom of this road, the bottom of the valley here, where he used to host mountain people, like mountaineers and rain herders and reindeer herders, and like all the people that were passing through here between Sogndal, which is on the other side here, and Luster and Lund on this side. Back in the 1880s, and that's sort of he was sort of the first guy to sort of host people in these areas in this area. It was very popular amongst the English. There's a lot of English people coming here to experience these mountains in the late 1800s. But after a few years, in about 1888, I believe, this hotel down here was built, Turtagrø Hotel. Today it is very popular amongst people who want to go hiking and exploring this region. Because there are an infinite amount of hiking roads here. Hi! Hi little sheep! That's the Turtagrø Hotel, iconic hotel. This road closes at night, between 8 and 8. Why? Oh, skateboard! I came down here on a skateboard. Oh, what the hell? Wow! That's pretty cool. There's a whole gang of people on skateboards. That's really, really cool. Or I guess you call these longboards, not skateboards. This place is just, it's ridiculous. It's really fucking ridiculous. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, what the fuck? Everywhere you go here, it's just insanity. Wow. Holy crap. When you come across the mountain and you see this. Coming over the hill here, look at this. Whoa! And this is Jostedalsbreen, Norway's biggest glacier. Actually, the biggest glacier in continental Europe. Now, unfortunately, we have to turn back. The road continues a little bit further, but we've seen the most spectacular parts of it. So when you're planning your route through Norway, consider this road. There are also a lot of other roads in the other directions that you don't want to miss. There aren't really any words to describe this, and the camera does not do it justice. This place probably looks beautiful on the videos, but it's not even 10% of what it looks like in reality. Now let's head to the insane asylum. Imagine these peaks behind us are about a kilometer higher than what we are now. We're about 800 meters now. These peaks are 1800 plus meters. It smells of burnt clutch or something. It's the brakes. This guy's brakes are smoking. Yeah, his brakes were smoking. It stinks. I thought it was a fire when I came around the corner. I just saw smoke. I think he needs to lower his gear a little bit. Okay, at least let us pass. Yeah, I don't want to be behind these guys. Welcome to Luster. This is a tiny village deep within the fjord. And at the end of the 1800s, 1890 something, the hospital in Bergen decided to open a separate hospital for tuberculosis patients. And they chose Luster as the place because it's far away from everywhere else and where most people lived and everything else, and it's accessible by water from Bergen. Now we start to climb up towards Luster Sanatorium. This place is really fascinating. It has a very interesting history. Back in 1890 something, there was a big problem with people dying from tuberculosis, and so there was a hospital in Bergen who decided to open up an institution for tuberculosis patients. And it was a really, really expensive project at the time. And a lot of rich people in Bergen donated money for this hospital. So this place was accessible by a cable car. There's a cable car that went all the way from the port down in the valley and all the way up to the sanatorium. But they also built this 7-kilometer road. It's a tiny road that has 13 hairpins. It looks like it's closed because they're doing renovations here. This place has been empty since 1994, but recently a company bought it and they're refurbishing this into a hotel. A few years ago you could go inside and explore the inside, but now you can't anymore. They're building this into a hotel, into a luxury hotel. So this tuberculosis asylum was opened in 1902, and they built sort of a whole community up here. So you had the patients, but also all the nurses and the doctors and all the people working here. They were living in these little houses around here.
Oh, yeah.
With their families.
Okay.
And they had their own everything, their own hydroelectric plant.
Oh, yes.
They had their own like butchery. They had a pig farm here. And when the diets of the patients required that they got fatter, they fed the pigs more, so they got more fat.
Oh, yeah.
And they used the pigs to feed the inmates, or inmates, this is wrong, the patients. It was in use as a tuberculosis asylum, is that the word?
No. I don't know.
Tuberculosis institution, quarantine institution.
Yeah.
Until after the Second World War. Because right after the Second World War, the medicine that I always forget the name of, the medicine that basically cured tuberculosis, was invented. And so just within a few years, tuberculosis was not an illness that we needed to worry about anymore.
Yeah.
And after that, it was turned into an asylum for crazy people. And so it was like a madhouse.
But at the time they were brought by cable cars?
Yeah.
And after the war also?
Yeah, so that was like the access point to civilization, was mainly through this cable car. And the cable car was in use until like the 80s or something. I think 80s, and yeah. And then in 1991, it was turned into a refugee, refugee camp for refugees fleeing from the war in Yugoslavia. And so it was used to house the asylum seekers from Yugoslavia for a couple of years, until it closed down in 1994.
It has seen a lot of misery.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be a hotel.
And now it's been bought by a major company, and they're refurbishing it and going to make a luxury hotel.
Maybe it's going to be haunted.
I think there's going to be a lot of stories going around in this hotel.
Yeah. Well, it looks really creepy.
Yeah, right? This is what the hotel is going to look like.
Well, you have to do something with it, I guess. It's a good opportunity for profit, can you imagine?
And the Norwegian movie, a horror movie, was partly shot here. That's on Netflix as well, I think, and in America with subtitles, or probably with dubbed over.
Yeah.
So I think it's called Villmark Asylum.
So check it out, yeah?
In English. But when you look at this place and where it's located, like look behind us, this is the view that the patients had from the windows. And you're isolated 500 meters up from the fjord.
Yeah.
In this inaccessible place. Imagine before cars, before anything, like you couldn't walk anywhere. It would take you days to get anywhere. And being locked in here, especially when it was an asylum, like for crazy people. Being crazy up here. In one way, it would be a very nice place to be crazy. But at the same time, like you lose contact with everything.
Yeah. So
You're just locked away in the middle
Yeah.
of absolutely nowhere.
So in your own world even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just thought this was a really cool place to visit.
Yeah. Shall we walk around? Or,
So this place is called Harastøren, and this will be the Harastøren Hotel.
yeah.
It opened in 1902 under the name Luster Sanatorium. But the location is Harastøren, and so I think that's why they're going to call it that. Oh,
We're
that's
not
why
going to
they
call it Luster Sanatorium.
Luster Sanatorium Hotel.
Hotel.
That would be a great name.
They could make it like a spa, place like that for people who want to relax. And
I think that's the point.
it's exactly like in a horror movie I watched.
And they're gonna open the gondola, the cable car
Oh yeah?
again, and it's probably gonna be like a luxury hotel. I'm thinking.
They will work well with this view and stuff.
So if you have money, I think this will be a really interesting place to stay once it's finished.
Yeah.
This is the top of the cable car that unfortunately is not working anymore right now, but maybe it will again soon.
We can't really see it. You already have problems in your head and you're just being brought like this to be just isolated here. That must feel terrible.
Oh wow. Huh. What is this? This looks like a brewery.
Or maybe it's like isolation tank and they put people in it.
No, I think this is like probably a heater or like a gas container or something.
Imagine you look inside and there's something looking back at you. Look inside.
Oh wow. It's falling apart, the paint is chipping off. So yeah, this was Harastøren in Luster.
Interesting. I want to see the movie now.
Yeah, we should watch it. Now I think it is time for us to start finding camp.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go see a church today as well, a stave church.
But we'll keep that for tomorrow.
Keep that for tomorrow. The hours just pass.
When you're in the mountains, yeah, it's so amazing. We just keep stopping to look and to film. So
yeah, we found a place right down below here. So let's just ride down to camp
and cook.
and cook. I think this is a perfect place to camp. No, I don't think there's anybody living in this cabin. So.
You have helmet beard.
I have helmet beard. I think our dinner is ready. Camp is set up and we have dinner ready. That's for you.
Pils og puls. Thank you.
Pils og puls. Exactly. That's a Norwegian song, a Norwegian rap song. Pils og puls. Puls means hot dogs. Pils means pilsner. Yes. Får ikke jeg puls, så hopper jeg i elva. Får ikke jeg pils, så hopper jeg i elva. So,
we found a good campsite.
Yeah, this has been an interesting day.
Yes, that was
so many views, right?
That was so beautiful. So many different views.
Oh, I don't know what is more beautiful. This whole area is just stunning.
It's like going up in the Rocky Mountains and it's cold, and then down in the valley it's warm. You have the blue rivers and full of flowers.
But now it is time for dinner. Today is fancy dinner. Hot dogs with red bell peppers and potato chips.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you did, give me a thumbs up, click subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see what we end up doing tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're going to start off by heading to a church.
Yes.
That you really want to see.
Yeah. Norwegian historical.
Yeah, the oldest stave church in Norway. I think
the oldest.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Urnes Stave Church.
Yes.
And then we're going to cross another mountain.
Another nice road.
Gaularfjell.
Another one of the best roads.
Yes. It's a really nice zigzag up the mountain. And then after that, we're getting to sort of another really famous area with a bunch of fjords and a bunch of mountains.
Yeah.
So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this, like I said. And I guess now we're going to just finish our dinner. And,
and just chill here with this view.
Yeah. Cheers. See you guys in the next episode.
Peace.
Peace. Ah. This view is just insane. This is not the worst campfire I've ever had.
No, not the worst.